guys, it's Caleb from Rokblokz. Today in the shop we have a 21 Silverado. We're going to show you how to install our mud flap kit, so let's go ahead and jump right into that install. So here we have the front laid out. What you'll get in your kit is your front mud flap for that corner, the clip retaining bracket for this clip here, and then we'll put the rest of the hardware breakdown on the screen right now. Now we're going to pre-assemble the clip assembly on the front flap. How you'll want to do this is you'll want to assemble the clip and place it on the same side as the logo with the little nipple facing downwards and going into that hole. Now we're going to take our clip retainer, and that's just going to pop into these two holes here. And there you go. Now we can flip that over, take our 1¼ washer, our 3/4 inch number 14 screw, and then start that and get that just until snug, and then you're good to head over to the vehicle. Now we're at the front of the vehicle. What we're going to want to do is remove the two screws here and here that are holding the OEM mud flap. This kit can install over top of your OEM mud flap, or if you choose to remove this, there is a pocket here or a hole that is left exposed afterwards. So we designed it to work both ways. For the sake of this install, we're just going to go ahead and install it over top of the OEM mud flaps here. And so to do that, we'll just continue removing these two. And then lastly, we will remove the 10mm bolt down here on the bottom, where we're going to set the two number 8 screws to the side, and we're going to reuse that 10mm. Now we're going to take our J bracket and we're going to place our small metal clip on the short arm of the J bracket. And now that's going to go like so, facing the front of the vehicle, and we're going to use that OEM 10mm screw to go up and mount it right through here. So let's go ahead, take our screw, put it in, and now we're going to mount that back in the hole that it came out of. Alright, we'll have that facing forward. We'll go ahead, tighten that down. And now with that in place, we're able to start mounting our flap. We grab our flap, our 1¼ screw, a washer, and the 5mm spacer, and we're going to put that in that lower inner mounting hole with the spacer on the back side, and that's going to go right into that bracket there. With that started, we can take our upper clip, push it so that the flap is up against the fender, and pull it out. Now we'll just go ahead, align our other two holes, and for those we're going to use some replacement number 8 screws with our 1.25 inch washers. Go ahead, get that adjusted, can get it snug, check with a level. Once you've got it in your desired location and it looks good, we'll go ahead and tighten all of these points down. With that fully secured, you can repeat those same steps on the other side, and that's the front. Let's move on to the rear. Here we have the rear laid out. What you'll get in your kit is your rear mud flap for that corner, the rear mount plate, and the hardware. We'll go ahead and put the breakdown of that hardware on the screen right now. Now, before we head over to the vehicle, we're going to go ahead and prep our mount plate by flipping it over so that the etching is facing down, and then we'll take our flange nuts and press those into the two hex shaped holes right here and right here. Now with that prepped, we're good to go over to the vehicle and install the mud flap. Now that we're at the rear of the vehicle, we're going to go ahead and remove 3 of the OEM screws. We're going to remove the 2 down here in the lower spat and 1 right up here that's holding the fender liner in place. The 2 lower ones we won't reuse. The upper one we will reuse. We'll take our backing plate that we've prepared. We're going to go ahead. This is going to match this lower mount point here, and this is going to match the hole here, and this edge will tuck behind the fender like so. So we're going to go ahead, tuck that in, tuck it over, use our OEM screw, and mount that back in place right there. Now what that's going to do is provide us 2 mounting points so we can mount our flap without having to drill into the fender's edge. Now we'll grab our flap, and we're going to start with our bottom mounting holes using the provided number 8 screws with washers, and we're just going to go into the OEM inserts at those locations. The bottom one started by hand. Now we'll move to the next one. Now for the next 2, we're going to take our M6 bolts with washers. And those are just going to go into those flange nuts that are in the mount plate. Once we get those all started, we'll go ahead and we'll snug up the bottom first. We'll go ahead and adjust our flap to our liking. Now we'll fully secure all fasteners. For the M6 bolts on the rear here, you can go ahead and put a drop or so of Loctite to help with any vibrations. It's just an extra precaution. Other than that, that's how you install the rear. You can repeat those same steps on the other side. Thanks for watching.